What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Uh, it really wouldn't do me no good to say, hey, guess what? If this your first time tuning in, go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button, hit the notification bell every time I post up new content, just for the doggone title alone. So apparently, over the weekend, a fight broke out at the riverfront in Montgomery, Alabama. So apparently, there was a boat that was in the way of another boat's parking spot. So the security guard, he did what he could to move the boat out the way. But from what I saw, right, it was another boat that was, because I'm watching it now, so I'm looking at it. Okay, he pushed it, but it looks like that it was another boat in front of that boat. So I'm just like, okay, so you do what you can, but then again, I'm also looking at this because everybody, black folks or niggers, because this is exactly what the fuck this was, right? You know, so I'm just like, niggas and honkies. I'm just gonna put, and YouTube, y'all can take this. Fuck this. If y'all decide y'all want to take this motherfucking video down, hey, by all means do so, right? But that shit right there that happened over the weekend, and this is supposed to be Montgomery, Alabama, right? The so-called birthplace of civil rights, because the news folks said it, right? It's supposed to be where Dr. King preached at. It's where doggone Rosa Parks said, look, I'm not giving up my seat, but if you know anything, but see, and this is why I'm saying this is bullshit. Because if you know anything, Rosa Parks, yeah, she got all that accolade, but it should have been that little teenager, Claudette Colvin, that got that. So, I just kind of, in a sense, I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe y'all motherfuckers got y'all damn just due. You gonna lie about shit. And then, grant the fact, this was like years later. Then it actually really comes out. So, but my whole deal is this. When, because I'm pretty sure it's something that's always going on down there every motherfucking weekend. So you're going to pick this particular weekend. Okay? And then it's just for the simple fact that, okay, I get it. You don't put your hands on nobody, especially when people are actually really trying to do their job. And apparently this was a so-called white versus black type deal. But I done heard everybody talking about the 16-year-old. Oh, well, he did a Michael Phelps. And then whoever the black guy was that took the chair and started beating motherfuckers with it, they called him Stone Cold Steve Austin. So again, I'm looking at this and I'm listening to this. And then I'm looking at the shit like, okay, if this supposed to be the motherfucking birthplace of civil rights, so you motherfuckers just fucked that all off. It's almost like y'all said, well, the hell with what the fuck Dr. King said, right? You said the hell with Dr. King, and you went and you did a Malcolm X. Because I saw something in there talking about, well, I don't call it violence, I call it self-defense. right? But my whole thing is this, people. Let's actually really just stop and look at this for a minute. Okay, you got a bunch of white folks and a bunch of black folks, right? Now, what makes y'all think that this shit wasn't set up to actually like really take place? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Anytime, put like this, if the news media catches it, 9 times out of 10 is bullshit. You know it and y'all know it. Because my thing is this. Go back and watch the video. Right? Yeah, he pushed it out the way. But my thing is this. If that's a riverfront where people go to park their boats, ain't you supposed to like anchor that shit down? Ain't you supposed to like anchor it some type of way? So just in case if somebody do indeed push it off, like what he did, you ain't got to worry about the boat going out too far. And then the current taking it, and then guess what? You out of a motherfucking boat now. But it was something else that was, because I looked at the video and I think it was something else that was actually really in the way. Right? So the white folks, they knew that the boat wasn't going no damn where. Right? And then you also got, let's look at, and I'm gonna do a mag truth on y'all. Look at the color. Look at the colors of what the doggone security guard was wearing. He had on the black and white. Masonic colors, people. Right? So again, I'm just listen. The crazy uncle gonna come out and say it. That shit, what y'all saw, was staged. Because it's just like what I said, right? You got a boat, it's out there on the riverfront. You supposed to anchor that motherfucker down. Right? Now, like I say, some riverfronts, just like say, put like this. If you know that you got your spot, then this is your spot. Can't nobody motherfucking actually really do that. But the thing about though is this. Whether it wasn't your spot or not, right? If you put your boat somewhere, right? Knowing that the possibility that motherfucker might float out some damn where, you gotta like tie that motherfucker. You like this. You gotta tie it off. You gotta tie it off some damn where. Otherwise, that motherfucker just gonna go on down. It's gonna go on down the river, and just like what I say, you out of a motherfucking boat. But just like I said, he pushed it, but something else was in the way. Right? And then what about the motherfucking the driver of the motherfucking party boat, right? I'm pretty sure it was other spaces there, right? Hey, I'm gonna park this here, go clear this shit out up here, right? And then we ain't gotta worry about too much. But the thing about it though is this, I'm looking at it like this. Again, it's supposed to be the birthplace of civil rights. And guess what the fuck y'all just did? Y'all fucked that all off. But everybody cheering and carried on. Yeah, we beat up a couple of white folks. But if you remember that one clip in Higher Learning, right? It was the same thing White folks doing what the fuck they ain't supposed to do. Fucked around and said the wrong word. And then here comes the fight. All right? And then they going back and they celebrating and all that kind of stuff. And then Ice Cube's character, what the fuck did he say? Man, we ain't won shit. They still own the motherfucking school. The clothes that you got on, hell, even your ass. So all those folks down there cheering the fuck for, right? Because when y'all got y'all asses up this morning, guess who the fuck you went to go to work for? And then at the first of the month, when them goddamn bills is due and your rent is due, guess who the fuck you paying? So you're sitting up there cheering, what the fuck for? I mean, I get it. It's ignorant motherfuckers out there, right? But it's just for the simple fact, right? You know, come on now. Let's actually really stop and look at this shit for a minute. That shit was motherfucking staged. And I gives a good goddamn of who disagrees with me. Because if the folk would have doggone tied that boat off or anchored it like how they should have, he shouldn't have been able to push shit. And then if he was really on his shit, right? Then he could have just told him then, hey, look, y'all can't park this here. We got a party boat coming. Right? And so the thing about though is this, people, you know, when motherfuckers listen, see, here's the deal. When motherfuckers start filming, right? You really never get the whole gist of it. Plain and simple. Because my thing was this, had it been me, and if I knew that a party boat was coming, would nothing be there. I'd tell all of them, hey, look, clear this shit out. And would have had a gun on me. So, because I was listening to one guy, you know, they were just like, okay, well, hey, this, that, the third, you know, they had to, and the family, they had to like really do some, what they call damage control, right? So my whole deal now is this, right? Because he would say, okay, well, you know, they finna get some financial contributions for from white folks that don't like black folks, and 9 times out of 10, that's probably the case, right? But at the same time, though, let's look at it, you know, what's actually really going on here. You know, what was the real gist behind this? Because the thing about it, though, is this, right? I'm pretty sure all white folks down there in Alabama don't act like that. And I'm pretty 9 times out of 10, them folk probably don't act like that. So like I said, y'all need to know a motherfucking bullshit hoax when you see one, because this is all what the fuck that is. This is all what the fuck that is or was. It made news. So now here it is. So now here it is. You know that happened, right? And you know everybody, and then you know there's gonna be other ignorant motherfuckers out there. Well, damn, that's fucked up, right? And then, God forbid, if the wrong so-called black person hear the wrong so-called white person say that same shit in another state now, then here we go. Here we go, people. So, with that being said, hey, guess what? Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell your birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street by the corner, Papa's Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, till next time.